If this video reached you today, it's precisely because the universe is preparing a transformation in your life from now on. So commit to watching it until the end for 7 consecutive days. Do only this when you feel overwhelmed, and you will find clarity in chaos. You know the feeling. It's like having 100 open tabs in your brain, all playing a different sound. The to-do list that seems to grow on its own. The notifications that never stop arriving. The worries about work, about family, about the future. It's the feeling of drowning in an ocean of obligations and information. It's being overwhelmed. A state of mental chaos that leads to paralysis, where, because we are so overloaded, we can't do anything at all. In these moments, we search for complex solutions, new apps, new productivity systems, new self-help books. But what if the solution wasn't to add another layer of complexity, but to apply a rule of radical simplicity? What if the man who ruled the Roman Empire, arguably one of the most overwhelming jobs in history, had left us the key to finding clarity in the midst of chaos? This video will reveal the golden rule of Marcus Aurelius for focus. The this you need to do to cut through the fog of being overwhelmed and regain control. Before we learn the rule, go to the comments and tell me what overwhelms you the most. The number of tasks or the number of worries. Let's learn to find the calm eye of the hurricane. The fundamental mistake we make when we feel overwhelmed is believing that the problem is the number of tasks. It's not. The problem is our attempt to carry the weight of all of them in our minds at the same time. Being overwhelmed is not an external condition. It is a mental state. Marcus Aurelius, in his diary, amidst wars, plagues, and political intrigue, developed a method to anchor himself. His rule, the essence of the this you need to do, is this. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, freeing yourself from all other distractions. In other words, focus only on the immediate task and execute it well. This sounds simple, but how do you apply this rule when chaos is screaming in your ears with a practical 3-step method? Step 1. The emptying of the mind. The first step to focusing on a single thing is, paradoxically, to stop trying to focus. You must first get all the chaos out of your head and put it somewhere you can see it objectively. The mind is not a good place to store to-do lists. It is a tool for executing them. The technique: do this. When the wave of overwhelm hits you, stop everything. Take the simplest and most powerful tool that exists, a blank sheet of paper and a pen. And then do what is known as a brain dump. Write down absolutely everything that is weighing on your mind. Work tasks, bills to pay, health concerns, random ideas, irrational fears. Don't organize, don't filter. Just empty the contents of your mind onto the paper until there is nothing left. This act of externalizing the chaos is profoundly therapeutic and effective. What was once a formless vortex of anxiety in your head now becomes a finite list of items on a sheet. The monster that seemed infinite when exposed to the light reveals itself to be much smaller and more manageable. You haven't solved any problems yet, but you have drastically reduced the feeling of being overwhelmed, which is half the battle. Your mind, once a crashed computer with 1,000 programs open, now has its RAM freed up to operate. Step 2. The choice of the one thing. With the list of chaos in front of you, the temptation is to try to do everything at once or to start with the easiest thing. Both strategies are ineffective. Now is the time to apply the heart of Marcus Aurelius's rule, the deliberate choice. The technique: do this. Look at your list and ask yourself a powerful question. What is the one task on this list that, if I complete it, will make everything else easier or even irrelevant? This question forces you to think strategically, to separate what is merely urgent from what is truly important. If that question is too complex, simplify it even further. What is the most important task that I can realistically start and make progress on in the next 30 minutes? Identify that task, circle it, and then, most importantly, give yourself permission to temporarily ignore everything else on the list. Your only reality, your entire universe for the next 30 minutes is that single task. This choice is an act of Stoic power. It is recognizing that although you have 100 things to do, you are a human being who can only do one thing at a time. It's trading the stressful illusion of multitasking for the serene effectiveness of a single focus. Like a general on a chaotic battlefield, you don't try to fight on all fronts at once. You identify the most critical point and concentrate all your forces there. Step 3, the virtuous execution. Now that you have emptied your mind and chosen your one thing, the final stage is execution. And this is where Marcus Aurelius's rule is revealed in its fullness. It's not just about doing the task, but how you do it. The technique, do this. Prepare your environment for total focus. Put your phone in another room. Close all computer tabs that are not essential for the task. And then for a set period of time, it could be just 25 minutes using the Pomodoro technique. Immerse yourself completely in your one task. Give it your full, undivided attention. And as the emperor said, execute it with precise and genuine seriousness and with virtue. This means you don't do it sloppily, with your mind already on the next thing. You execute it with excellence, as if it were the only and most important task in the world. If it's writing an email, write the best and clearest email you can. If it's washing the dishes, wash each plate with attention. The goal here is not just productivity, it's peace. Overwhelm and anxiety disappear when your mind is 100% occupied with the present moment. The chaos of the outside world cannot touch you when your inner world is totally focused on the excellence of the present action. This practice, known as prososh by the Stoics, transforms any task, no matter how mundane, into an exercise in meditation and character building. Being overwhelmed is not a reflection of the number of tasks you have. It is a reflection of the lack of a system to deal with them. The rule of Marcus Aurelius is that system. This that you need to do when you feel overwhelmed is this 3-step protocol. Empty your mind onto paper to see the chaos objectively. Choose the one most important task before you. Execute that task with total focus and excellence, ignoring all else. Clarity is not a destination you will reach when everything is finally sorted out. Clarity is a practice. It is the ability to, in the midst of life's hurricane, focus on the simplicity of taking the next step perfectly. Now go back to your comment. Tasks or worries. Reply to it with the phrase, the next action. Let this be your new mantra to cut through the fog of overwhelm and find the power that exists in doing one single thing well. If this imperial rule brought you some clarity, subscribe to the channel.